Tampa Bay area, but we are feeling the impacts. We will have high winds and rain all day today for sure.
And we are here for you as Hurricane Ian moves closer to land. We have an entire team out in the weather and right here in the newsroom right now bringing you the latest live from your county.
And we want to take a live look outside at downtown Tampa. Pretty ominous scene there. We're expecting to get a lot of rain, gray skies, wind, but not the kind of wind that they'll see south of us. And good afternoon. I'm Stacy Scheibel.
And I'm Josh Benson. Good to have you with us here. We'll be here all day to keep you up to date with the latest track when we watch Hurricane Ian. And it's getting very close to land at this point.
It is. Landfall in the next hour or two. That's why we want to go straight to Max Defender 8 meteorologist Lee Spain.
That's right. And we still have, as of the noon update now, still 155 mile per hour winds. But I mean, you can see how this is jogged just ever so closely to the southwest coastline. As a Category 4 storm, yes, but a Category 4 with 155 mile per hour winds, and 157 would be classified as a Category 5. So again, we've had this wobble north and south, but we are now sort of imminent in the forecast for making landfall just in our southern portion of Sarasota County or in the northern portion of Charlotte County. This is where we've been talking about all morning long. But where it makes landfall isn't necessarily the most important part, because that's where the center, where the calm part of the storm will be coming on shore. All around that, about 40 miles out, will be the eye wall, the strongest winds. And so that can impact places like Port Charlotte, yes, but also Inglewood and Northport. And keep in mind, as this pushes inland, I mean, hours after landfall at 8 p.m., it's still a Category 3 hurricane in eastern portions of Sarasota, inland Manatee County. And then this is going to head up toward Hardy and Polk County. Now, thankfully, it moves quickly. So by sunset, as it's a Category 3, you kind of try to sleep through eastern Hillsborough, Polk County, northern portion of Highlands County this evening. By the time you wake up tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, it has finally weakened to a tropical storm. So it takes it this whole 12 hours to drop to tropical storm status as it moves through our area in the pitch black of night. So it could be a little scary night for places overnight tonight. The system is making landfall right now. The eye wall is interacting with places like Lee County. And so there is now Lee County, I believe, and Charlotte County, both in extreme wind warnings. Now, what the National Weather Service says is, okay, there's a whole large area with winds of 115 mile per hour or higher. So you're under an extreme wind warning for a large swath of these counties as this eye wall begins to make landfall. Now, we do have that tornado warning still for Highlands County as this rides into Hardy County. These are the rain bands that wrap around this as it extends from the center of circulation, and very close to Northport now, we are seeing that eye wall within 20 miles, Amanda.
Yeah, and I do want to go back to that extreme wind warning. We just got some new information that Sarasota is now included in that. So your phones are probably going off because this northern edge of the eye wall, we were just talking about it. We queried some of those wind speeds with Jeff and Lee here. And what that means is that the imminent wind, the winds of those Category 3 strength or higher, 115 mile per hour winds, are going to be onsetting here over the next 30 minutes to an hour as this northern edge of the eye wall slowly moves into Sarasota County. And like Jeff was saying, we've still got really strong winds on this northwestern side too. This is still very much the eye wall where we're seeing those strongest winds. And if you just draw a straight line, because it's generally moving in this direction, we're going to see these strongest winds move through Sarasota County here. That's why you're getting that extreme wind warning. So I wanted to walk you through the timing of the wind here over the next day or so, because we are going to be dealing with this storm for a day and a half. Those hurricane force winds, remember we were talking, extend out about 40 miles from that center of the storm. So that means those winds, 74 mile per hour or greater, are going to be felt by more people. We're already starting to see those move onshore. That's why we have that extreme wind warning in place for Sarasota County, and it's going to probably remain in effect for the next couple of hours as the eye wall comes ashore and the center comes ashore and those hurricane force winds start to move farther and farther inland. Notice the yellow shade here as well. Notice how far it extends out, almost 200 miles from the center of the storm. So we're experiencing tropical storm force winds all the way down in South Florida, but we're also experiencing those tropical storm force winds way up north into north central Florida as well. And this timing here is around 6:30 tonight. Those hurricane force winds well onshore in Manatee, Sarasota, Hardee, and Highland and DeSoto County, with those stronger winds about 60 miles per hour extending just outward from there. And again, as we go forward in time overnight, as Lee just said, it's going to be a loud night. It's going to be in the dark. And unfortunately, you might just have to put some earbuds in and just kind of, ride out the night if you can get some sleep, because those winds will be strong. Now, as we go forward in time, again, by tomorrow morning, it will be a tropical storm. But look at all these tropical storm force winds still being felt across our area. After about 9 a.m. tomorrow, we are talking about these winds really greatly weakening as the storm really pulls away from the area. Guys?
All right. It's a good point, too. I think people think once it hits land, it's over. It's still got to cut right across the state, and there's going to be a lot of trouble for a lot of people.
Oh, there's going to be a path of destruction, sadly. I feel so badly for those who are really sitting in the eye of that storm. We're praying for everyone's safety. We have Masa Saidi right now. She is down in Bradenton for us. Masa, this is the first hurricane you've experienced. What's it like there now?
Yeah, and it's a very interesting perspective. As you said, Stacey, this is the first hurricane that I've experienced here in Florida. I was covering Sandy down in North Carolina, and